Hi, my name's Michael, and I chose to explore the experience of downloading your COVID-19 vaccination certificate from the MyGov website. It's a fairly complex experience at the moment. From the MyGov landing page, a user might click the proof of COVID-19 vaccination link, and they're taken to the My Health Record website. Here they have to choose between three options to continue to verify their identity. By choosing the Medicare card form option, they are taken back to the MyGov website where they then need to fill in the verify identity form. They need to fill in their Medicare card details through to their most recent GP appointment details. On successful completion of the form, they are taken back to the My Health Record website where they're presented with a pop-up window, and closing the pop-up window, they can download their vaccination certificate. I feel new MyGov users not yet registered for My Health Record might find it difficult to register and access their proof of COVID-19 vaccination, as the online form journey is inconsistent and it fails to clearly explain the necessary details they need at hand to be able to complete the form. So I wanted to gauge users' experience of the inconsistencies of the form and identify potential blockers. My context clarifier, I looked at considerations such as for context and objectives, what do we need to take into account? Constraints and challenges were what user demographic do we need to consider? Scope of work and the people involved. I thought about, can we build this using existing modules, or do we need to factor in the build of new modules? And the vision of success is, how do we create an accessible, inclusive experience? Looking at a product persona, I created Cynthia. She's in the age group of 65 to 75. Her pain points I identified, she's previously experienced difficulty with other MyGov online services, and she's not familiar with My Health Record. Her confidence is not too strong in achieving this goal. There's some constraints I've found as within my desktop research, as there's no immediate competitor to MyGov. I looked at articles and reviews, and most reviews were quite negative of the experience. I also found an earlier instructional video on YouTube for My Health Record form and discovered one of their parts of their form, the GP appointment requirements, only required the user to put in the postcode. The current existing form requires postcode, name of GP, and the cost of the most recent appointment. I looked at options, and I looked at HotDoc for options of the type of appointment. Maybe this could be offered as a select menu on the website. I did a desktop landscape review of different websites to look at timeline-based forms, multi-step online form experiences. The Bupa example was very good, with the clear what you need handy to complete the form. I undertook some user testing, and overall, users felt the design was average. It was a bad experience. Users anticipated and found this was a difficult process. Users found this was a lengthy, drawn-out process. Users weren't aware what they would have to go through. So my hunch was right. From this, I gained 3 research insights. Users felt they weren't properly informed that as part of the process, they needed to register on My Health Record. Users were not aware as to what the journey was, and users felt they were not informed from the start as to what information they'd need handy to complete the form. My 3 recommendations was on the MyGov landing page is to display a more prominent module for accessing COVID vaccination and introduce My Health Record a bit more. Basically, once the user is taken to My Health Record, provide 3 clear steps to register and a checklist of what is needed to complete the form, and contain the form registration process all on the My Health Record website. Don't take them back to MyGov. I did some fast sketching, rapid sketching of my crazy 8s, and I explored the online experience could be better. Or what about ideas of a user scanning their Medicare card at a GP to verify their identity to receive their certificate, or the dream state of a voice command via Siri or Alexa? My prioritization, I prioritized the redesign of the online website experience. For desirability was high for this because majority of users I felt are familiar with and have used MyGov to manage Medicare details. There is an expectation users will be able to achieve tasks online. Feasibility, the technical team and technical resources are available, and most instances only need to be modified to achieve a more user-friendly experience. For business, it will allow the business to use existing staff without the need to invest in additional staff, and a better UX could take the burden off the call center. I created my low fidelity wireframe, annotated steps of reducing the path to 4 prominent pages. With this in mind, I also created a mid-fidelity prototype for this round of testing. What I came up with was, for the MyGov landing page, a clearer call to action and explanation of My Health Record, taking the user through to that My Health Record landing page with a clear checklist of what they need to fill in the form. I've combined the form onto the one page, and I've made the ability for the user to save and exit the form so they can come back later, or save and continue to download their certificate. Within my user testing, I identified 3 research insights. The information architecture and content hierarchy could be addressed to bring essential content higher up the page. Users were confused with the second verify identity page in the journey, as they expected to go straight to the form. Users found the requirement for the GP details needed to complete the form were difficult to provide, and they felt they would either save and exit and come back later or call the helpline. My recommendations is to redesign the information architecture and hierarchy of content modules on MyGov landing page. Combine the My Health Record verify identity landing page and form onto the one page. Remove the requirement for a user to provide the exact price or the type of consultation for their most recent GP appointment. Here's my final mid-fidelity prototype. On the first page, the step 1 MyGov landing page, I've created a stronger tile for the proof of COVID certificate verification. I've introduced the My Health Record logo and the concept of My Health Record with a clearer call to action that takes them through to the combined My Health Record landing page with checklist, the steps involved, and the actual form. I've combined as a lockup the MyGov logo and the My Health Record logo in the header. Going to the form, I've provided sections of the form in accordions. Once a user completes one section of the form, they are invited to click Continue, which closes that accordion and opens the next section of the form. On the final section of the form that requires most recent appointment details with a doctor, I've pared it down to the user needing to provide the name of the general practice and the postcode. For the name, if they don't know the name, I've provided a link to Health Direct to search for the name of their GP by location. I've also offered in that same form area that they can call the helpline for an access code so that they can verify their identity that way. I've also provided a save and exit button so they can come back to the form later, but a clear save and continue button that takes them down to the clearly labeled and messaged download your COVID vaccination certificate form with its clear steps indicating that they're in this step 2. They've completed their steps and they can download the form. I've basically brought the 5 pages down to 3. So next steps, I would undertake user testing of the latest mid-fidelity prototype because I want to test the amended messaging, the restructured hierarchy of content. I want to look at test the combined verify identity landing page and form page and evaluate the GP appointment form requirements. Then I would iterate and test again. My recommendations are to reevaluate the overall form with the aim to create a much simpler, secure form experience and explore the possibility to integrate the verification form within the MyGov website. Maybe explore potential removal of recent GP form requirements.